going down in OSUN State. Let me also invite Wahab Saka, who is a public affairs analyst. He's just joining us via Zoom right about now. Wahid Saka, rather. Wahid Saka. So good to have you on the show. Hello, Wahid. Can you hear me?
Yes, okay, I hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. I don't know what's your perception, or rather, what your assessment of the election in Osun, what it will be like this evening. Speak to us around that.
Okay, first and foremost, INEC, the promptness of the official of INEC at every polling unit that I visited across 5 local governments are very, very encouraging. That's one. 2, the security personnel deployed to polling unit has been very, very professional. Even when voter became unruly in some units, they were being professional and they did their job diligently. And the crisis of confidence that happened pre-election, like the issue of violence associated with Osun, importantly, the state capital and the Jeza zone of the state, we assured our people pre-election that there won't be an election day, and we were proven right today that there was no violence except crop of issue around some area. But importantly, we have no major violent attack throughout the election earlier today. And I can assure you that the problem of today's election is not actually the violence, it's not actually the INEC, it's not actually the officials, but vote buying is a major setback for today's election. And one political party or the other are trying to outbuy themselves throughout the electoral process. It was the impunity and the careless way of transaction of vote buying that is giving some of us a serious concern. So for me, the INEC has done relatively well, except where people complain about beavers and they are trying to resolve those crises. But altogether, we have a pass mark for INEC today and the security.
All right, thank you so very much, Wahid Saka. Thank you for your opener. Let me also invite Dr. Tosin Odeyemi, the chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council, joins us also virtually this evening. So good to have you on the show, Dr. Tosin.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to bore you with your assessment. Let's jump at the concern around vote buying. It's beginning to look like vote buying has become a norm in our electioneering process. How much of a concern could this be for you, Doctor?
Well, in all sincerity, it's something that has given me a big concern. When vote buying becomes a norm, then what do we say of parties that have not yet been in government, or parties with good intentions and don't have money? Individuals that have good manifestos and vision, but they are not financially able to buy votes. So we are getting it wrong in Nigeria, but so far, I am not pleased with that aspect. And that is the only aspect that can be discovered from the process today. I must give it to INEC. I must give credit to the security agencies as well. But the vote buying has become a norm. Though I was unable to get one red-handedly, but I know there are transactions. So vote trading is becoming a norm in Nigeria today.
All right. So vote buying to many it did not start or did not begin on voting day. We've seen bags of rice printed with candidates' pictures and party logos being distributed before the election started, before the election date. This also could be likened to a form of vote buying. Why are we unable to wrap our hands around this and how we can begin to stop this vote buying anomaly that is taking over our electioneering process?
Thank you so much. Let me start by saying, we're talking of rice, talking of other things. There are parties that have credited accounts earlier before today, that their agents have been getting account details of people around them and they've been credited. We have it. And looking at ways and manners that the vote trading is taking its place, I think it's high time we sensitize ourselves about vote buying. We've been doing it, but we'll do more of it. And I want to beg Nigerians, we are not helping the system. We are complaining of the system, that we are parts of those destroying it. You don't complain to a government that you have partaked in destroying the process that would have brought somebody of credible character, a man or woman of integrity, to an office. So the problem in Nigeria today is caused by Nigerians. Don't forget that vote trading has to do with two people, the buyer and the seller. Now, if the seller does not have the buyer around, he will not sell. So these are things we must know. We must take notes that even those that are selling are corporates.
You know, Dr. Tosi, if we stay on this line of discussion, I'm sure in the next 3 hours we would not exhaust it, because I'm looking at a bigger picture. I'm looking at a bigger picture here, where the citizenry is highly impoverished, and and for many of them, you could have cases where people collect these monies and still go ahead to vote their conscience. That is also a situation that we cannot run away from.
No, I disagree. Vote buying in the past are what people buy on the spot, but now they are vote buying now. They do it on oaths. We have videos on social media where there are oaths being taken because of 10,000, 3,000, 5,000, 20,000. So how do you collect such money and vote your conscience? How?
All right. Just hold your thought 1 second. I have a politician in the house. Let's drill him a little bit. John Akon, is this what people do right now in politics? You make people collect money on oath. You make them sell their votes on oath.
No,
you're a politician, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a politician.
Yeah, is that what you people do right now?
I said something earlier. I said talk about the Nigerians. That until Nigerians change their mindset, until Nigerians come to a point whereby...
Also remember that politicians are also Nigerians. So
I understand, yes, okay. But the Nigerians, not the politicians. You know that the politicians are Nigerians also, but the main Nigerians, the voters,
okay,
until they change their mindset. I contested for Etiosa local government chairman last election, 2025. And, I could witness what really happened and why you see politicians go extra miles, go to places to go and loan money to come and buy the votes. While I was going around Nigerians, talking to people, giving them the kind of good ideas, what your administration want to do in Etiosa. These people are saying that, okay, if you don't give us
something
money, we will not vote. And on the day of election, it happens. That, I saw a post, a clip on the Instagram before coming in. When somebody was interviewing a young boy, he said Accord was giving 22,005 and APC was giving 20,000. He said, which one will they go for? Like what you were saying, that some people will collect, like what Dr. just said now, some people collect that kind of huge amounts. They will not want to be able to vote their conscience. But Nigerians have to come to a point whereby we say, we don't want this money. We don't want these rights. We don't want it. We want the good governance. We want the right candidate to be there. We don't want this. Whether you want to kill us, we are going for this person. But now I discovered that even the Nigerians, that people that have the right character, people of good character, people of good integrity, people who have good intention of coming into into the system,
Yeah, into governance,
and do the right thing, they don't have this money. And Nigerians said we are not going to vote until we see money, because it happens until the people's mindsets are being changed, until we are able to sensitize people on this matter that no, your vote is your future, is the future of your children. Whatever you are, if you are buying, I told somebody, I said, if you give me 20,000 today, will that 20,000 last you? Will it survive you for the number of years? For the next 4 years, he said, bring it first. The person say, bring the 20,000 first. If they give you 5,000, will that one be able to last you for the next 4 years? They take this money, give it to you, come back after 4 years, and they don't do anything. How do you want somebody who wants to go into a position, he is contesting for a particular position, who have run into the debt of 500 million, and is coming back, and he entered the position, what do you want him to do first? He will want to do this thing. So Nigerians, until we take the Nigerians that if they bring this money, don't collect.
All right.
But we see that the Nigerians are seeing money and they are collecting.
All right. I don't know how I'll be able to return money that was created to my account. That's another discussion. That's another discussion. I'm going to say no when I get a credit alert. Wale, what's the impact of poverty, systemic poverty, in vote buying or vote selling in Nigeria?
Let me first start with the fact that those who actually collecting the money, what's the category? So those people collecting the 20,000, 10,000, 5,000. When you remember trader money,
yes,
under President Buhari, yes, was championed by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. Who are those? They are actually giving the money. Those traders that are petty traders who consider that money as very huge to them. Then again, you look at those people collecting rice from Erike or something like that in Osun State. Yeah. What is the demographic? Widow, older people, some people who are not even, we are not sure of tomorrow. So they are so strategic about the way they are doing this.
Because they know that.
So I didn't say that, people. Of course, you cannot come and give me 20,000 and ask me to go into the sun to come and queue and vote or under the rain. So they look at those people who are actually targeting. So that brings to the fore the argument from David that they're actually targeting those who are poor, who just feel, okay, God, you take them up today first.
And then majority.
Even with just 2,000 it's something.
Do you know that as we speak, there are some people in Nigeria now, even by the government's admittance, the NVS agreed that over 100 million Nigerians are in abject poverty because of government policy. So it's a deliberate plan on the part of the people. If you work with some rich men, they won't want you to be so comfortable so that you come back to them. And again, we're talking about election. Politics in Nigeria is getting to a stage now that those who really have interest, but we don't know the financial motives, can never come about. I remember I read so much about Barack Obama. And we look at his book, Audacity of Hope. This guy had vision. He was not that rich, but he made an attempt. The targets, those who are actually collecting money, the project that are actually taking money from him was the publicity. How to get to the media. It's not how to buy people's votes. Even though we later have a president in the US that probably will have originated from Africa. And that's Trump, by the way we're dealing with the whole situation. Now, let's go back to Abuja. The billboard, presidential billboard, is about the bill, the cost. The cost is 750 million naira. Let's go to Abia, Governor's candidate billboard, about 50 million naira. Yes. And that's why somebody like Doris Ogala crying blue mother. Then let's go to Kogi State too. I think that was around about 45 million naira last. So that is for one billboard, Abi. And you're expected to have it across the local government. So how can somebody with genuine intentions get that? Especially you have a godfather. And there's a deliberate plan on the part of the political elite. Now they rather put that, initially were putting their close ally, there sponsoring them. Nobody just carry let's see your picture there. But now what they are doing now is to put their children. So there's a deliberate plan on the part of the political elite to ensure that they perpetuate this poverty in Nigeria, so that their children, their kids, their dynasty, that's what they are establishing now, will continue to rule. So as I go, I'm for a situation whereby they're going to have something like monarchical system of government at the political level. They just continue that line. So the area now, all those people that have been arresting, buying votes, is it those people that are actually arrested that owns the money? Apart from Ladi Adeputu, we've not had another candidate or another big wig facing allegation of vote buying. So we look at one of the suspects they arrested today that was even driving a bottle, he was holding a bottle of something in his hand. People were like, he was not bothered. How will he be bothered? Because he knows somebody there will come for his release. They said one naval officer arrested a politician in OSUN State, I think about 2 or 3 days ago, for political violence. And what we read, whether it is correct or not, is that the man was released, but the man in charge of the security system was redeployed from OSUN State. So what's that telling us? We have a situation room whereby they determine what will happen on the election day.
All right, Wale. Thank you so very much. Huge concerns we've raised this evening around vote buying in our elections, even though we are discussing OSUN right about now. Clem, I'm going to hand over to you. I'm sure you have a few questions or remarks you want to make. Let's have your touch right about now. Clem Ofeku, Rivers State.
Okay, thank you, David. Let me dwell on the fact that one of the challenges in the political space in Nigeria is the lack of political culture and political socialization. What do I mean by political culture? If you look at how Nigeria started this dispensation in 1999 and to this moment, you find that this boat buying, boat trading we're talking about today started right from that time. And so if we really desire to have a change, then the culture, the political culture, Wale mentioned Barack Obama. We saw how he started, so everybody, he was moving from street to street, talking to them, trying to sell his policies, and people.
Oh, Clem. Oh, sad, Clem. We have to. We apologize once again. We've lost signals with Clem. Let's speak with Dr. Waid Saka. Yes, I'm sure. Yes. Speak to us. What is happening right now? I did hear. I have it on authority that sorting and counting had begun at Unit 16, Ward 2, reservoir area of Ejigbo, Osun State. And that could also be situated across quite a number of polling units at the moment. Speak to us from where you are, what you see at the moment in Osun State.
Importantly, many polling units they are already they counted many polling units already across a few local governments. You understand? But what I saw that is very concerned is that there is balance of forces of top political parties that are doing the buying and the selling of the goods. And the transactional nature of the whole buying and selling is a cause for concern. And when people talk about the audacity of hope, it will take an audacity of suicide for anybody to want to right the wrong at the moment, because 71% of our people, based on available reports, actually want to sell their votes. And that is 71% of close to 2 million people. Even if we are putting them in jail, we don't have prison to put them in. So it's a serious concern on this election. And people talk about poverty as a major thing that is contributing to vote buying. I can assure you, many of them selling their vote for 20,000 are not actually poor. Some of them are using iPhone, so that is hundreds of millions of naira. So if I tell you this, I know for a fact that the poverty of mind associated with our electoral process is actually contributing to, if we don't get small money today, they are not developing our state. They are not benefiting from government. So it is a serious poverty of mind that only extreme law, we have to exorcise it from the mind of our people. So it's unfortunate, it's sad, but this is the new menace against our democracy. And every conscious mind need to start speaking against it, because we may not have a genuine democracy if we continue to buy or sell our vote. That is by the side. Another issue of concern is threat leaders. That if I don't win my polling unit, my local government, my ward, it will become a major concern. Therefore, they go through violence, through threats, through harassment, to actually force the hand of voters. That's sad. That's another reality that is affecting this current electoral process. And only few that we see on video that we are talking about, there are many that don't even allow camera within their facility that are doing works across the various local government. It's unfortunate, but that is where we are. And by hook or by crook, by Monday also we have a governor. But that is not the true reality of what democracy should look like.
It's a sad picture you've just painted, Mr. Waheed Saka. Really sad picture. However, let me speak with Dr. Tosin Adeyemi and get his perspective again. How endangered our democracy is if we don't deal with this concern around vote buying. The numbers you mentioned there, about 71% of Nigerians are ready to sell their votes. It's a worrying figure that you just mentioned there, Mr. White. So, Dr. Tosin, I don't know how you want to react to this. How endangered is our democracy if we don't deal with this concern? Yes.
Mr. Said has said it all.
Yes. Democracy, if we don't deal...
Mr. Said has said it all.
Yes. What are you saying?
Yes. Mr. Said has said it all. When we are talking of poverty, he got it clear. Not everyone that comes to sell their votes are poor. It's becoming a norm. They see it as a normal thing. I can imagine somebody traveling from Lagos. Not because he feels I want to come and perform my civic rights. No. But because our mother said, come and collect money. So I asked her a simple question. You are coming from Lagos to OSUN. Tofro, at least you will spend roughly around 20,000 or thereabouts, or 15,000. And when you are going, you will get 25,000. So it's not that they are poor. They are not poor. But the orientation is low. They believe it's the normal thing. So I am in total agreement with Mr. Waheed, because he got it right. He said it all. And democracy is in danger, because someone that has a good intention would not have the audacity or the free mind to come and contest. You have to go and borrow because you want to serve. You have to go and get a loan because you want to serve. Eventually, when you get there, you have to pay back the loans. So that's why I am putting the blame on Nigerians. I am putting the blame on the masses. It takes two to tango. If there is no buyer, the seller will not sell. So to me, I think we should put all things in place to eradicate voting transaction. So I submit.
What do you think we can put in place? I mean, what can we put in place? Is it about reorientation of the Nigerian people, which equally involves the buyers and the sellers? What can we put in place at this point in time?
Thank you. One, there should be a mass election. So a law. You know, there are some laws that politicians can manipulate, but in a case like this, we will be our police, will be our watchwords. We will be looking at ourselves. We'll be the watchdog to each other. There should be a strong law against it. Democracy is in danger. I tell you, I don't see future in democracy in few years to come if we continue trading civic rights.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Tosin. Awale.
As Dr. Tosin was speaking, and I realized the fact that vote buying does not even really start prior on the week or the day of election. Now we have politicians that are contesting for political offices now, and each time they have their rally, they distribute grinding machine, Okada, empowerment.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the beneficiary of this item, they didn't know that it's actually their money they are giving them back. We had a senator that said, under this current regime, no senator gets less than 1 billion naira for citizenship projects. So instead of them to do one meaningful project, they just buy t-shirts, buy the right machine, and give them, now instruct their name there as it's coming from them. I'll give a particular state, but I won't mention the names of the candidates. In Ogun State, even before he became a candidate, if you go to his constituency, his area, he started with the community leaders, the monarchs, the obas, the valets, buying cars for the traditional council, buying car lorry for them, buying the luxurious buses, renovating the environment, the community projects, giving all sorts of things, one way or the other. And they started shouting, this man is doing pretty well for us. Though on occasion, I tell them, this guy doing this is actually your money that's giving back to you. But to many people, they say, okay, let's just thank him. Even in Lagos, we have another lawmaker in Lagos that keep buying Korope. People recommend him and say, this guy is not from his pocket. But now you see, it's your money, it's your constituency. And it was meant to develop, but they now select a few and give it to that few. Those few will now start manipulating the system. And that's why we have non-state actors that are playing more roles under this dispensation. Let's give an example of the Lagos University, for instance. Celebrating the birthday, his own birthday and the birthday of Asiwaju, was giving cars, SUVs to his people, and with a mandate. And those one we also, so it trickle down. Those who get car, give Okada. Those who give Okada, give bicycle. And so to them, you can see it's getting down though. Because let's be sincere, I was there one day when Asiwaju was the governor of Lagos State, and he got to an event and was asking the people, Shondele, is he reaching ground? So we need to stop the culture of dashing out money. I've never seen I've been reporting, covering, listening to news, both globally and in Africa too. I've never seen a situation where politicians are dishing out money in public like we have in Nigeria.
Yes, now.
And when you have the bigger one, it's not like you have a boss that allow you to steal money for him. So when you're also stealing your own too, nobody will talk. In Lagos State, see the way they were distributing money in a political rally. Cash. And we have a law that stipulates so you cannot move around with a particular amount of money. But when you get to the police, look at their convoys. In those convoys, we have community banks in those convoys. And that's why when the Lagos State government said, no, they are going to stop car spotters, those car spotters, especially around Lekki area here. And how would you stop them, even when you are the major corporate? Right. They have the money there in their cars, they give out to people, they give out to Yalojas, and that's one thing Fashola did. When Fashola took over, there are some people that, before his arrival as governor of Lagos State, that they are domiciled at Lagos State Secretariat, doing nothing. Their own job is not to be singing. Praise singer, that's the only thing they do. And they are looking so worthy. So he stopped there that if you want to do business, give us a proposal so that we can help you. And that's why each time Fashola goes out to do any event, to commission any project, he gets there, even the food they cook, he has no time to eat it because he just gets there, cut the tape, and off he goes. That is somebody that had business doing.
All right.
But not what we are seeing now. The only way you can show your community that you are performing is when you come out and give money.
John, you want to say something? You were.
Yes, on that money aspect, I think there's an institution that is handling this matter. And what are the institutions doing? because there's an institution that should go after all these
of government.
Yes, in the government. Why you are seeing people, before they do it in the closet.
Yes.
So it's not in open, but it's now being open everywhere. People are spending cash and it's on all social media, and no any institution is coming after them and said this is wrong.
All right.
That's to tell you that the institutions you are talking about are not so independent. Let me give you an example. We have the official singer of APC, let's be specific, and that is Kwan. Abi, this man has committed an offense a couple of times that he went with a part at the back. Whenever this guy is having his show, you see a large number of money they are moving. And nobody is talking. I've never seen anybody arrested because he was moving out money.
Gentlemen, we'll move the conversation further. It is OSUN Decide 2026, where people of OSUN State are deciding who will be their governor in the next 4 years. And the concern we're raising right now is a very germane concern around vote buying, which seems to have been the only concern in the election that is being held today. We'll go on a break. Let's go on this quick break. And when we come back, we will continue with a conversation around OSUN State. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. It is still OSUN Decide 2026. Yes, we are looking at the concerns around electioneering in Nigeria and the 2027 elections. Yes, I still have with me Waheed Saka on the other side. I also have Dr. Tosin Odeyemi also with us via Zoom. And live in the studio, we have John Akoho and Wale Busari. Before we dive into the conversation proper, we have it on authority right about now that sorting and counting began at Unit 16, Ward 2, Reservoir area of Ejigbo in Osun State. We have that on authority. We also have it on authority that sorting and counting ongoing at the moment at Iloko Ijesha. I hope I got that right. Ward 11, Unit 8, Olashore International School area of Osun State. So that seemed to be like what's ongoing across all the units in the state. All right, so we have to go in a couple of minutes. Before then, let me get your final thought, Waheed Saka, quickly as you can. Looking at the election 2026, 2027, let's look at INEC's performance and how much of a credibility test has this election been for INEC? Speak to us, if you can, in 60 seconds, Mr. Saka.
Fundamentally, people believe INEC never ready for any election. We complain about the quick beginning of process. We complain about materials, deliverables at every polling unit. Those are issues that people complain about. But above that, I can assure you that today, promptly, they were at the failures unit. We have crop of issues with beavers, but that cannot be said of a general crisis that can actually become a problem for INEC today. So INEC have done well. What I need to say on every other issue is we need to look at the penology of crime around our electoral process. How do we penalize offenders? If we continue to be a nation without consequence, we'll continue to have this conversation year in, year out, and every 4 years. It's unfortunate that we are not prosecuting electoral offender diligently. That is the bane of our democracy at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. White Saka. John Akoho, your final thoughts. I like what he said. He said we're a nation without consequence. Could that be the way to go if we must nip this concern in the bud?
We're a nation without
consequence. People go about doing things and nobody pays the price for their evil.
So that is what I want to say is that we should look at voters enforcement law.
Okay.
Yes.
Election laws.
Laws where we need election law need to come in play, in the place where there's going to be an enforcement of that electoral law, where and you buy votes in this social place, or people are coming in to buy votes, you are disqualified immediately. If all of these laws are not being put in place, this thing will continue over and over, and there should be enough sensitization for people, for the voters, where we have voters education. Before the election, they should educate every voters that, okay, you are coming in. They should educate them on what they should expect ahead of the election.
All right,
I think with that election, people will be able to bring in the right candidates.
All right, John. Thank you so very much, John Akoho. Thank you for your time with us. Dr. Tosin, I hear you're back with us. If you can, in 60 seconds, let us into what lessons OSUN election has brought to the fore for us as we look forward to the next general election in 2027. What are the lessons that we could have learned from this?
Well, I am glad that I once said it, that election, people will come out en masse. When there were rumors that people will not come out because of the killings, I said no. I know Osun State very well. We are resolute. We are intentional. We are determined. When we mean to do something, we will do it. One thing I've gotten to know that I've learned from this election is when people are determined to go out for an election process, they will. However, there is increments in the interests of the masses. This is quite unusual. People don't come out like this in Osun to cast their votes. But this time around, people came out en masse. So I have come to realize that issues before election does not determine how people will come out for election. Secondly, I've been able to realize that elections are not predicted with what happened pre-election. That's all.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Tosin Odeyemi. Thank you for your time with us on the show today. Do have a great day. Oh, Clem, 60 seconds before we let you go. Unfortunately, the signals have not been friendly this evening. Speak to us, Clem. 60 seconds.
Yeah, my network has been very horrible. I think that one of the reasons for the large deployment of security personnel is as a result of the attitude of politicians. If they play by the rules, I don't think that we'll have that large deployment of security personnel. So if we have this political culture and political socialization where people understand that the reason for contesting an election is to serve the people, we won't have this kind of scenario where we're prepared for an election and it looks like we are preparing for a war.
War. All right, Clem Ofioku, thank you so very much. News coordinator, newsroom coordinator, Silverbird TV, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Thank you for your time on the show, Clem. Thank you so very much. Honorable Sari, 30 seconds, your final word.
I just believe that we need to build our institution. We need to have strong institution. When you're talking about new electoral law, we have to wait till eternity because those who will make the law are those who are benefiting from it. Yeah. But we build institution, strong one, that is independent. Then we have so many laws that takes care of all those infractions.
Unfortunately, it is the people that are supposed to make this institution strong that are the ones destroying the institution. So sadly, but that's why we draw the curtain on our OSUN Decide today. Thank you all for doing this with us, all our listeners and all our viewers and those that try to call. Thank you so very much. My name is David Babadike. Have a great evening and bye for now.